Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be on the dangers of feeling sorry for a narcissist, believing that they cannot help it and that they are the victim of some form of childhood trauma, so we can excuse their behaviour. And we shouldn't excuse their behaviour. There is a lot of people saying they can't help it. We should empathise with them. And yes, we can empathise with them. That's why many people end up in relationships with them and end up being destroyed by a narcissist. And once out of a relationship, you can still feel sorry for them. You can still empathise with them. You can still pity them. You can feel whatever you want to feel about them, just from a safe distance away from them. Because the more you give to a narcissist, the more they will take from you. They don't believe they are the problem. So if all else fails, they're going to go on to playing the victim to get away with their behaviour. And in some level of consciousness, they are aware that their behaviour is wrong. Otherwise, they wouldn't gaslight people. They wouldn't play the victim. They wouldn't bait people into those reactions. On some level, they are aware that their behaviour is wrong. They just don't want to admit their behaviour being wrong. So if all else fails, it's that kind of, I can't help it. You know what I'm like. You need to deal with it. Because to a narcissist, anything that goes wrong within their lives, they're the victim and it's everybody else's fault. Everybody else is to blame. Everybody else needs to change to suit the narcissist so that the narcissist can remain in control. And a lot of this is down to the narcissist's beliefs, and those beliefs are often based on the 9 criteria of their disorder. And this video is going to talk about the 5 E's that make up part of the narcissist personality disorder, which is the reason why you can't give them that inch. You can't excuse their behaviour, because the more we excuse their behaviour, the more they believe they can get away with their behaviour. It's not nice going no contact with people. It's not nice no longer speaking to people that you might have known since they were 2-3 years old. It's not nice no longer talking to your parents. With some narcissists, it's on a spectrum. So with some, you can manage yourself around them. You can never manage them. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to manage and control you. You can learn how to manage yourself around them. However, most narcissists do take this as criticism and up their games to get what they believe they're entitled to. And one of their beliefs is they believe they're entitled to excessive attention. Now, not all narcissists. You can have people with 1 or 2 traits that just have high levels of narcissism. You can have people that act in a narcissistic way, and you can have people on the disorder with at least 5, or you can have people on the disorder with all 9 of the criteria. Those who require excessive attention believe they're entitled to that excessive attention. They will go all out to people please others, to get others to create that belief within themselves, that identity within themselves of who the narcissist is, based on the narcissist people-pleasing skills. So people identify with the narcissist as being a genuine, a kind, a caring, a giving, a loyal person, not recognising that a narcissist is only giving so that they can take. And as soon as you give that narcissist the inch, they are going to take the mile. And as soon as you stop giving to them, they're going to throw a tantrum. They're either going to go through for that sympathetic attention. If you loved me, you would. Or they're going to make you feel obligated to them. After all I've done for you, to get that sympathetic attention from you and to get you to do what they want you to do. And then when that fails, they are going to bait you into that reactive attention so that they can blame you. They are going to provoke feelings of anger and resentment, frustration, intrigue, curiosity within you. They're going to wind you up. They're going to get you going. They're going to pull on each and every one of your emotions. They're going to use the things that you care about the most, as these are the things you'll most passionately defend, to get you going. And then once they've got you going, they're going to stand there and go, what's wrong with you? Why are you treating me like this? So that they can play the victim and they can get their needs met, as they believe that they're entitled to that attention. They're entitled to get their needs met. And the second one is that sense of entitlement. Narcissists believe, they genuinely believe they have a right to have what they want, when they want, with whoever they want it with, whenever they want it. And that is one of their core beliefs that make up the disorder. So when they don't get what they want, they believe that is somebody else's fault. That is somebody else's problem, which is why they're going to go for that attention, that excessive attention, to get what they want. They're either going to people please to get what they want, they're going to play the victim to get what they want, or they're going to bait people into the smear campaign to get away with their behaviour and get what they want. Narcissists will rarely give, yet they are more than happy to take. They believe they deserve that excessive attention. It's not just about getting attention here, it's that it's that excessive attention that they believe they are entitled to. They will rarely admit fault, only if it works in their favour, which is why they will shift the blame with I'm sorry you, I'm sorry if, I'm sorry but. They're not going to take ownership of their own behaviour. They're going to pass the blame over to somebody else for their behaviour. They're going to get someone else to feel sympathy towards them, to feel guilty, to feel remorseful, to feel obligated, to give to the narcissist so that the narcissist can get away with their behaviour. Narcissists don't like the word no for an answer. Therefore, because they believe they're entitled, they're going to go through many manipulative tactics to get people to say yes to them. And they lack the self-awareness. They are only aware when there's consequences to their actions, which is why they will then play the victim or guilt trip people to get away with not receiving any consequences. And when there's no consequences for their behaviour, they don't learn from their mistakes. They don't learn from their behaviour. They just learn they can get away with it. So the more people sympathise with them, the more people that think, oh, they suffered some childhood trauma, we ought to excuse that behaviour, we ought to give them a little bit of leeway, the more that narcissist will take. We all have to accept ownership of our own behaviour. Everyone is responsible for their own behaviour, actions and words. They are not responsible for other people's behaviour, actions and words. With good intentions, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life. There is only your way. We are not responsible for how other people make us feel. We are responsible for what we do with those feelings. A narcissist is responsible for what they do with their feelings. They feel criticised. They often don't bother to work out why they feel criticised. They just go all out to punish another person and then blame the other person for the narcissist's behaviour. And the more we allow them to do this, the more they will do this and the less likely they will change. Narcissists, that belief of entitlement doesn't help with the mix of the fact that they are envious of others, believing that others are envious of them. If somebody has something they want, they believe that somebody has taken it from them. Therefore, they believe they're entitled to go and take it back. as they're envious of others, as narcissists often have low self-esteem, as they're often quite insecure people, not that they'd admit to it, they have to pull others down to feel better about themselves. They have to outdo people to feel better about themselves. They will claim that other people have all the luck. They don't want to recognise that people have worked hard to achieve anything. They will talk highly of themselves and they will blame all other people for anything that goes wrong within the narcissist's life, not recognising that we all have struggles in life. Things go wrong for everybody. It's what we personally as individuals do about it. A narcissist will do something and then expect everyone else to clean up after them. They're not supportive of others. They don't like other people receiving praise. You'll often notice with a narcissist, when they can bait you into getting that reactive attention, they feel quite smug, they feel quite happy. They will ignore your tears or they will blame you for your tears. Yet when you stop reacting to them is when they start calling you awkward, when they start claiming that you've changed, because they're no longer getting the attention they believe they're entitled to from you. Narcissists will downplay other people's success. They will humiliate people because they believe that the other person has taken something from them, because they are envious of that other person. Narcissists are exploitative. They believe they're entitled, so they will exploit people to get their entitlement met, to get their excessive attention. When it comes to a narcissist's exploitative behaviours, they often go in for that quick involvement with people so that they can sell people that illusion, so they can sell people that belief, that identity of who the narcissist wants that person to believe the narcissist is, so that the narcissist can exploit that person. They are going to give so that they can take. They are going to flatter so they can receive the compliments. They are going to do all they can to get that quick involvement so people see the good in the narcissist, so the narcissist can avoid people seeing the bad, so they can exploit people. Narcissists lie a lot. They exaggerate their achievements. They isolate people. They financially abuse people. They play on people's vulnerabilities. They play on people's insecurities. They play on people's strengths. They play on people's weaknesses. They future fake to take advantage of people. And then when they get caught out, they play the victim to their victim so that they can gain the attention and so that they can exploit their victim all the more. Narcissists believe they're entitled to have these things, and with their lack of empathy, they are more than happy to exploit people to get the excessive attention, to get the excessive belongings, to get their needs met. The narcissist's lack of empathy. They don't care, they don't have the compassion. They believe that they are the victim and that other people that go against them are in the wrong and that people should serve them. They believe they're entitled to be served. They believe they're entitled to exploit other people. They don't see the wrong in their behaviour. However, if other people see the wrong in their behaviour, they're going to gaslight, they're going to twist the story so that they can get away with their behaviour. Narcissists are often, because they are self-entitled, they're oblivious to other people's feelings. However, they are very aware of their own, not to be exposed. They don't want people to recognise their insecurities, possibly because on some level they know they exploit other people for other people's insecurities. So they are aware on some level, whether that's conscious or in their subconscious, they are aware on some level that if they potentially open their insecurities up, that other people might exploit them. Narcissists tend to get annoyed when people expect the narcissist to understand how the narcissist has hurt the other person, which is often why they will just turn around and it's not my problem, go and deal with it. They lack the empathy to care for how their behaviour has affected you. They only have the empathy to care for how exposure might affect them. Narcissists believe they are right, therefore they refuse to admit fault. They just go into that victimhood or find a way to rationalise their behaviour or blame somebody else for their behaviour. They refuse to listen to other people's perspectives because they have their beliefs formed, and they are not going to budge on that because they don't want to be taken advantage of. They don't want to be exploited. They believe that other people are envious of them. They believe they are protecting themselves within the way they are acting, and by protecting them, by enabling them, by allowing them to play the victim, doesn't help them. It encourages them. When it comes to a narcissist, yes, they might well have been the victim of narcissistic parents. They might well have had childhood trauma. There's many different reasons why people could end up on the spectrum of the disorder or have high traits of narcissism or be narcissistic. We can sympathise with them. Most people have their insecurities. Most people have difficulties in life. Most people can go through stages of feeling hopeless. Most people can go through stages of not feeling enough. And it's good when you're walking with people who want to raise you up, who want to lift you up, who want to help you out. When people are continually playing the victim and exploiting you, using you, bringing you down, the more you forgive them, the more they believe they can get away with their behaviour. Therefore, the worse their behaviour gets. The more you forgive a narcissist, the worse they will treat you. It's not easy walking away from those you care for. However, by staying, you are actually hurting them and hurting yourself, because they're not learning from their behaviour and they're going to continue hurting you with their behaviour. By leaving, they might not recognise their behaviour. They'll probably just shift all the blame onto you and start a mass smear campaign and try and get you to react to that. Do not react, so that they can twist the story and blame you. But the more people that step away from narcissists, so that the narcissist has to give themselves their own wake-up call. We all have to have our own wake-up call. People can't wake us up. We have to wake ourselves up when it comes to our beliefs and our values. We have to change them for ourselves. So by walking away from these kinds of people, you're leaving it onto their life choice. It's up to them whether they want to change or not. Leave them to it. But the more you forgive them, they will not change for you. That person they sold themselves to be was so that they could exploit you. If anyone has any thoughts on the video, please do add that into the comments. I am currently full for one-to-one coaching. I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is in the description if you'd like to take a look at that. Remember, when you are dealing with a narcissist, it's all to do with their personal beliefs, and you are not going to change that for them. If someone requires excessive attention, if they are entitled, if they are exploitative, if they are envious of others, and if they lack the empathy to care, they are not the kinds of people that you want to be around. They're not the kinds of people you want to forgive, because the more you forgive them, the more they will take from you. Go out there, start working on your beliefs, your values, to create the day that you deserve, so that you can create the life that you deserve, because everybody does deserve a good life. However, you can't make life good for somebody else. You can only make life good for yourself and hope that you can help other people. You can't help those who do not believe they don't have a problem. You cannot help those who believe that you are their problem. You can help them by walking away from them, by just radical acceptance of that's who they are. You're bringing the worst out in each other, regardless of who's to blame. It's time to just part ways and move on.